welcome back to the DSA with Day 15. Okay, myself Daksh Patel. Okay, and this is the series where we can learn DSA from beginner to the advanced level. Okay, and today we're gonna solve question number 1198, defining an IP address. And yesterday we solved question number 1773. It basically count items in a matching rule. Okay, Uh, like in this question, we have given one rule key and the rule value. If rule key rule key is true and rule value is also true, then we increase count value, and at the end we have to print the total counts value. Okay, so if you have not yet watched yesterday's video, link in I button, you can check out the yesterday's video. Okay, and the main thing is we doing this from beginner. Okay, so you can learn each and every topic from beginner, so you can build your own critical thinking, how you can implement code and logic behind the code. Okay, so now we move to the our first questions. Okay, today's question is defining an IP address. So I'll explain the format of this. First, we'll see like question, and it's like about example and so on. Then we move to the code part. Okay, first I'll write a simple beginner code, then optimize version for it. Okay, then alternate solutions for this. Okay, this question has multiple approaches, so I'll one by one write each and every approaches for you, and also we discuss each and every approach time and space complexity, and at the end we can move to the tomorrow's question. So let me start with question explanation. So it's basically question given a valid IPv4 IP address. Okay, you have given an IPv4 IP address and return a defined version of that IP address. Okay, you have to return and defined version of that IP address. Okay, you got it. What question is trying to say? Okay, now a defined IP address replace every period. Okay, period means every dot with like bracket and dot. Okay, you have to replace every dot with bracket and dot. So this is the question. Okay, just two-liner question. The main thing is you have to do this for each and every dot. Okay, like entire IP address, not for only one or two or certain numbers. You have to do this for entire our given IP like address. So we'll quickly explain the examples. So here are input of address 1.1.1.1. Okay, and the return format output is like that. Okay, okay, you don't need an explanation to understand what is happening. Each and every dot is replaced with this. Okay, so you have to now write as that code which can give you output like this. Okay, and for each and every like IP like given IPv4 addresses, like give a valid, they give us valid IPv4 address. Okay, so you don't worry about that part. You just have to focus on replace part. Okay, you just have to replace. So now we have multiple approaches for this question. First, like we can use for loop and like if else condition and comparison between these. So the first approach is whatever you can like in your mind is your first approach and it's better. Okay, you will try to do by your approach which comes in your mind. Okay, so afterward we'll use many things. Okay, like split, join. Okay, inbuilt functions. Okay, if you are focused on inbuilt function, like you have like in your mind you come one approach, like you can split the string each and every dot and replace dot with another piece sign and join the string, and at the end you can got your like final output. So you can do that also. One more approach we can discuss at the end, like it's new to us that inbuilt function, but we'll discuss. Okay, so I hope you got clear about question and example. Now we move to the code part. So now we move to the code part. Okay, so firstly we'll use a simple easy methods. Okay, like array and if else condition. Okay, simple comparison, no higher low rocket science, simple method. So first we use a new array. Okay, new array for what? Storing each and every our new values like after split. So now we have our new array, but for moving each and every part of this thing, we want one for loop. So iterating for each and every. So now const of chair equal to like okay wait this is for loop. So we have one chair of for loop for const chair to the address. Okay, wait you don't get it. What I'm trying to saying is we don't taking for loop for numbers or iterating array. We taking for loop for an entire string. So for string you have to take as a const character of addresses. Okay, your for loop move for each and every character to the like each and every value stored in addresses. Okay, I hope you can understand what is happening here. So now you have your one for loop, like it's basically moving in your addresses string. Then you want an if condition. Okay, if your given character is equal to our this special dot. Okay, then okay wait let me fix this. Okay, now we'll use simple syntax. Okay, if this match you can push answer dot push that part to the our string, but which part? So we'll use this because we have to replace this if character is equal to dot. So we'll push this, not like only our dot. So now we move to the else condition because if character are there, we have to push character. So answer dot push. At this time we only push our character. Okay. So now we have new array of answers which can store our replace dot and character value both. Okay, like one and but this is the main thing you have to notice. We taken an array. Okay, we have to return a string. Okay, IP address is string. So now we have to use return of answer. Okay, now our answer we don't want answer. We want join. So join we have to join an entire answer array. Okay, from what? So we don't want any space or anything. We use directly. Okay, this means we don't want any gap. We want directly join there. Okay, so now firstly I'll run this for given test cases checking. Okay, so you can clearly see that lead code's basic test cases are accepted. Now we will submit this for further test cases checking. This is the basically simpler solution. Okay, as much as you can like for beginner only. Like some question is like only for loop and if and conditions only solution, but this is for a beginner. Okay, for that kind of question, you have to like prepare by yourself because this kind of questions come in any interview or technical round. You don't have to take that much time to understand. You have to do it from multiple approaches. So that's why like other interviewer can know you have now you have experience about DSA, so you can have multiple approaches so they can understand. And for this question, time complexity is you can see we have one for our loop, so it becomes order of n, and we are taking a new like a array to store our entire string. So it's basically space complexity also becomes order of n. This is the first approach for our question. In this we use for loop and conditions, if else conditions, and time and space complexity is order of n and order of n. So and the next approach is we're gonna use total inbuilt function based. So here I'll quickly remove this solution. Okay, okay. So now we move to the our two end approach. Okay. So this approach is this approach is based on inbuilt function which we already learned and we know split and join. Okay. We'll split our given string in particular parts and then we'll join it and directly return it. So in this approach we don't have taken for loop or any condition. We directly to each and everything in return. So I'll start with the return. So now we have addresses string. So firstly I'll return addresses. Okay. Now what you want to split it? So split function from what we have to split. Okay, that's way that is the thing. So we want dot. So we cannot write dot like that. Firstly, we have to use this. Okay, for we use characters. Dot is in character. So now we split each and every dot in a new part. After that, okay, not that part is completed. We're using it directly in return solution. So we have to do each and every part like completely. So after splitting, we have to join this string. So we use join. Okay, from join for whatever we have to join. That's what I have to return here. So again, we're using this single quote. Now in single quotes, we want replace function with like square brackets and dot inside it. Okay, this is new form for our dot replace with square bracket and dot. Now, so you can check our addresses are split first. Each and every dot find where this address are split and joins with this square bracket and dot. Okay, so I'll run the lead code simple test cases. So you can check here our test cases are directly accepted. So the output is uh, 1.1 like one square bracket dot again one square bracket dot. Okay, this everything is perfect. Submit this for further test cases check. So you can see that this is also accepted. Okay, in this your runtime is 35 ms. So now we move to the one more approach. Okay, like these two approaches you get in your mind because you if you really try to do LeetCode by like checking logic and approach and try to do by yourself, you can get these two approach by your in mind. Okay, if you have not code, okay, that's fine. But the approach should be come in your mind that we want. Okay, if you have approach in your mind, okay, then you will try to code. Okay, it will take 30, 40 minutes, but you can do if you have approach. But you know how to code, but you don't have logic building or try to find approach. That's don't fine. Okay, we want first we can use build logic for question, and another thing is like approach. Which approach we gonna use? That's very important thing. Okay, that's what uh, I'm trying to doing. So the third approach you wanna use is you will already know the inbuilt functions. Like many inbuilt functions we will call like split, reduce, filter, map, flat map, join, and everything. And then we use now replace. Okay, basically replace is like you can use this for multiple things. Whatever you need, you can use replace. And one more thing for this approach we currently doing is its time and space complexity is same. Okay, all three like all first approach is time complexity is order of n and space complexity is also order of n. For this approach, okay, order of n and both time and space complexity is order of n. And another one we're gonna do is for that time and space complexity are also order of n. Okay, so firstly I'll remove this part. So now we want our address. Okay, so from our address thing we gonna replace. Okay, this is replace. Replace is basically new inbuilt function like new for you. Okay, so this is the replace syntax. Okay, these three dots. Okay, these are the common thing you have to use this and this both slash. Okay, for using dot inside this for replacing dot is a special character in this function. So for dot we have to go for an this like this is for dot. Okay, dot is special character, that's why we have to use like this. You can check out this special characters. So we have now one play a replace which gonna take each and every dot. Okay, but that's not our motto. We have to take that part and replace with a square bracket and dot. So first we gonna take. Okay, now here, okay, if we remain this as the same, so it will only for work. For all we have to take g means global. It was done for each and every value inside our string. Okay, so that's why using g. If you want to do this for only one, you can like remove g and remain that part same. Okay, You may try this approach, okay, in your online compiler or test, like what should be written by this. So afterward we have to enter what we have to replace. So that we want to replace, okay, each and every dot with the square bracket. So now we have replaced inbuilt function which takes this value, okay, it means like dot, and for all it will change with this, okay. So I would, you got clear. First we can run these test cases and submit this question. So it might taking some time. So our answer is accepted, okay. So today we done this question in three approaches. Okay, so like questions today we're gonna solve, today we're gonna completed like that question where multiple approaches are possible. Okay, and this for beginner level you can think and you have in mind. Okay, we'll do that all approaches. Okay, which basically we in our building blocks to like logic building. So now we move to the tomorrow's question basic details. So tomorrow we're gonna solve question number 771. It's basically an jewel and stone question. Okay, this question. So it's simple and as much as today's question. You just have to focus some things. You are given a string of jewels representing the type of stones that are jewels and stones representing the stones you have. Okay, each character in stones is a type of stone you have. You want to know how many of stones you have are also jewels. Okay, so like a letter are case sensitive, so A is considered as different type of stone from A. Okay, so capital A and small a is different. Okay, this is case sensitive, so you have to check for it. So firstly you can see the example. Jewels are E and A and stones are A B. So their output is 3. Okay, for this there are 0. Okay. Okay, let's see conditions about it. Jewels dot length is greater or equal to 1. Stones dot length is less than or equal to 15. Jewels and stones consist of only English letters. All characters of jewels are unique. Okay, so like each and every characters in jewels are to be unique, and you can try to do this question. Okay, this is simple. Just like it take time to understand approach, and you can code. So I hope you understand today's each and every part of this our question. Okay, if you find any doubts, ask me in comments. And now thanks for watching this video. And if you have not started yet DSA with DAX, okay, link in a button. You can start now to master DSA. Okay, this is the perfect time. We have to do one by one question. Okay, if you have not understand questions, okay, like so you go and watch logic and explanation, and after that you can't do after watching this, just see the code like what I am writing and try to understand. Okay, in 10 to 15 days you can like clear about how questions be like logic building and code writing is happening. Okay, thanks for watching this video.